Hey everyone, welcome back to Verbology. Hope all of you are doing really well. आज के सेशन में we are going to discuss GMAT preparation part 2. There were a lot of things which we discussed in part 1, like about top 100 colleges, how exactly you need to prepare, syllabus, etc. etc. In today's session, we are going to discuss rest of the details which we missed out on in the last session, like eligibility, validity, study plan, free resources. Also, if you think I have still missed out on something and you still have some questions or queries, do not forget to ask your questions in the comments below. And without further ado, let's get started. So, first of all, just for anyone who has not seen our previous videos, previous sessions about GMAT. So full form of GMAT is Graduate Management Admission Test. It is conducted by GMAC and people generally take this exam for MBA and PGDM, right? These two degrees generally from abroad or top colleges in India like IIMs, ISB Hyderabad, right? These colleges. Although there are 2,400 universities worldwide, 7,000 programs which accept GMAT score and give you an MBA degree or a PGDM degree. Now, what is the eligibility criteria? You have to be a graduate first of all. You must have completed your bachelor's degree or maybe you're almost about to be completed, but in order to do MBA after your GMAT, your bachelor's, your graduation must have been completed. At the same time, there's no specific criteria for minimum marks. Like a lot of students, I would say, for a lot of exams like CAT exam, a lot of people who are targeting CAT exam need to have minimum 50% marks in their graduation. But in GMAT, that's not the criteria. They see many other things as well. So in some cases, if your say CGPA is lacking, you can cover it up with your profile. And that is why apart from your marks, minimum 2 years of work experience is required, as you can see in the last line, right? That is quite important because see, for GMAT 2 years of experience is not important. A graduate can take the exam, a fresher can take the exam, but after GMAT, why are you taking GMAT? To get into top universities, and top universities prefer students who have at least 2 years of work experience. So ideally I would recommend, if any fresher is taking this exam, if they have a good profile, good resume, that's okay. If they do not have, then just keep it, but do not necessarily you have to target an MBA immediately after that. You can maybe work for 1 to 2 years. The good part is this exam has 5 years validity. Yes, if you take the exam this year, the score will be valid for 5 years. So maybe if someone is taking just after graduation, they can work for 2 years and then use the same score, right, after 2 years as well. There's no age limit as such. You just have to be 18 years plus, but there's no upper age limit. And in a year you can take this exam minimum 5 times with 16-day gap. A lot of the students ask me when exactly this exam is conducted. Like many other MBA exams, especially in India, conducted once a year. Like CAT is just once a year, or SNAP and MAT are thrice a year, isn't it? GMAT happens, the great news is GMAT happens every month. Yes, students, every month. So whenever you feel prepared, in 2 months, 3 months of preparation, whenever you feel prepared, just book your slot on GMAC on MBA.com and then just take the exam. And if you get the good score, there are in international colleges abroad there are generally 2 to 3 cycles. So you don't have to wait for a particular month to apply. You can start, maybe first cycle starts around September, October. You can apply then. A Jan Feb second cycle will be starting now, like is happening now, and then third cycle will be happening in April. So like that, you can, whenever you feel prepared, you can just apply to any university, right? To any university where you get the cutoff first of all. So let's discuss about the cutoffs. Now if you see, these are the, for example, University of Pennsylvania Wharton 732. Now just to clarify, these are not the scores you will get, especially 732 and all these things. You get your marks, especially in GMAT Focus Edition, in 5 point increment. That is, either you'll get 705, right, or 710. You will not get 702 or 730 or 730, or otherwise 735. Like, in 5 point increments is what you're going to get your marks. But these are just averages. When you see 726, 731, these are just average of overall what they're looking for, right? So you don't have to cross a 732. That means if they're saying 730, that means you need a minimum 735 score, right, in these cases, or 725 score, like that. A score of 700 plus or 705 plus is considered good, provided you have a good profile as well, right? GMAT or the colleges through GMAT generally see your profile also. They give equal importance to profile. So that is why please, if you're in college, do some internships. If you're working, see what more you can do to go for either leadership roles, otherwise see what you can write in your SOP resume to show your teamwork, right? All those skills are quite necessary, and that is something which will be checked for sure in your essay, in your SOPs. Now, how exactly one should start with GMAT exam? First of all, whichever exam you're targeting, you must familiarize yourself with the examination structure and syllabus. So syllabus is one thing. Okay, you get these 8 topics for first of all, right? For example, we did discuss about the topics, right, last time as well. Now, out of these 8 topics, if I say 70% or 80% questions are only from these 4 topics or 5 topics, that means out of 8 you have to mainly focus on 4 topics. So know the structure, pattern, syllabus, everything. Do not just do blindly everything whatever is asked. Focus more on topics which are asked. For example, now in verbal you get reading comprehension and critical reasoning. That's all. Sentence correction is not there, so you just have to focus on these 2 things, isn't it? Then data insights are there, the limited number of questions or topics you need to study for that. Yes, make sure you review previous year's question paper or just mock test, right? There are a lot of free mock tests on GMAT club students, so just go there and right attempt few questions so that you get a very clear idea, good idea of how to go about this exam. Go for only good quality study resources, because GMAT is a kind of exam where although the syllabus is quite tough, but if you know the right approaches, within I would say 2 to 3 months getting the right score, at least a 700 plus, is not very, I would say, a bigger deal if you're prepared in a certain way. So you have to first of all identify area of weakness and strengths. For example, if we take your classes, we'll ask you, okay, what do you find difficult, verbal or quant, or both, or maybe neither, and where exactly you need to work upon. Either you know the answer, if you do not know, you can take 2 to 3 sessions with us, and then we'll let you know your strengths and weakness. Having said that, before we go ahead, our courses are starting soon, one GMAT, one CAT batch. So you can see in the description the course details, the link is there for the course details, as well as I'll be telling you later as well about the course at the end of the session. If you're interested, we are starting from 15th Feb, right? You can also contact us regarding it. I will be giving you the email ID. Enhance your skills. Create skills means what kind of skills? So for verbal, if I have to tell you, reading skills, right? For quants, problem solving skills. So you have to work on your skills as well, then only you will be able to solve the question within a given time frame. Just learning how to solve a question or learning the approach is not enough. You need to know how to finish that question within the given time frame to really score well in exam, right? In order to score really well, accuracy and speed both are equally important, everyone. Yeah, okay. Make sure that, because the preparation generally a lot of students finish in 2 to 3 months, you're highly motivated, right? It doesn't take 1 year or 6 months of preparation. If you're continuously almost every day giving 4 to 6 hours, then finishing this GMAT, I would say, in 2 to 3 months is quite possible. So from where all can you study GMAT? So GMAT club, there are a lot of questions, there are free mocks and question banks on almost every website which teaches GMAT, right? For example, top coaching institutes around the world, within India, at least one free mock will for sure be there. So that is something you can do. You can join various groups on LinkedIn, right, on Telegram, where people are discussing, and MBA.com. Once you book your exam date, you'll be getting 2 free mock GMAT, which will be exactly similar to your main GMAT. So that is something you can attempt once you book your test date. So please book your test date after a couple of months of preparation. Plan your GMAT. How do we plan? Now, first of all, just target which all colleges you want to go to. What is the target score, right? If target score is say 735, as I told you, okay, in order to get 735 before you really start, take a diagnostic test. What is diagnostic test? Just a first test to test yourself, where do you stand, right? That is diagnostic test. Where do you stand? Let's say in this you got a 550 something, right? 550, 600, something like that. That means you have a long way to go. So allow 3 to 6 months. Again, depends on everyone. Majority of the people who go for GMAT are either in college or mostly working, and they don't really have a lot of free time, right? A lot of flexible time that okay, I'm doing this only. So that is why you have to really plan out a lot of time, first of all, in 3 to 6 months, as well as be very disciplined in order to be to follow your preparation consistently. Because if you take breaks, then sometimes it might take up to 1 year, which is not recommended, because then your motivation goes down and it's just like it's just doesn't fetch you the kind of marks or score you targeted initially. Then you just settle for a 600 plus or something 650 plus, and you're like, yeah, like I've been preparing for a very long time, and now whatever I get, I'll be satisfied with it, or I'll see another goal. So try to just finish all your things within 3 to 4 months, I would say, and just be consistent with it. Right. Now, generally, if you have limited study time for working professionals, try to include 4 weeks at least, because 4 weeks is something you definitely need to have to GMAT official guide. For example, if you talk about GMAT official guide, in order to finish GMAT official guide, like review, the focus edition, main edition, you need this much time, around a month, daily 3 to 4 hours. So at least just to practice everything, you need to have this much. And if you have enough time, then try to take out 1 month, or I would say 45 days, give 6 hours daily, and then you're good to go. You will feel prepared. It's very crucial, not just for GMAT but for any exam, to make a study plan. Like how, when exactly do you get free, how many hours can you do every day, which all topics you're going to cover in this week, all these things you must cover. So try to make an 8 week study plan. Also figure out a test center near you, where exactly are you going to go for the exam. Once you feel prepared, a little prepared, right, you can register for the GMAT exam, and you can take this exam online as well, like from home. You don't have to go to the exam center, test center. If there's nothing nearby, you can definitely take this exam within the comfort of your home as well. um, Now you must establish a particular baseline, as in when you start, okay, this is the when you took your first free GMAT official, let's say, exam. After booking, you will get one. Prepare for few hours or few days, and then after 1 day, 2 day, maybe 3 to 4 days, take second one, so that you see some improvement in your score. And after that, take some more mocks as well, at least 10 mocks, I would say. 10 to 15 mocks are crucial, are important for anyone who's targeting a good GMAT score, anything above 705 plus, right? Without mocks, getting a great score is quite difficult. Keep an eye on the clock, because you have to attempt a certain number of questions to get a great score. Even if your answers are correct but you could not attempt everything, then it's not going to be very useful for you. So just practice for free, right, from these various sources. Familiarize yourself with different questions. Focus on your preparation, verbal reasoning, for example, quants, right, IR or data insights. And just a second, and yeah, so that is it, everyone, for today's session. Thank you so much for joining us. For more queries, you can contact me or us at the rate verbology.com, right, verbology.com, if you are looking to inquire for upcoming courses. At the same time, LinkedIn, Instagram, Telegram, we have groups for discussion. In description box, there will be course details, our email ID, everything else, whatever I'm telling you. So from there also you can connect with me or my team. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye bye.